Hi, welcome to my shop again. I want to take a second and remind you I'm doing IRDs, that's interactive remote demos, and see my website for more details. I do a 2.5 hour live and interactive remote demo where I welcome questions and audience participation. So come and join me on those on a wide variety of subjects. About every 3-4 weeks, I do a new one, so check my website out for details. Today, we're going to do a natural edge hollow form, and I have this special piece of wood from a good friend, Fred, in Hawaii, a piece of koa, spectacular grain and color of it. And I'll show you how I orient this in the crotch to capture the natural edge. Okay, what I started with from Fred was a crotch. Okay, and right, it was cut down the middle, and the section that I had was only about 3 inches thick, but it has the crotch character in it. The crotch character is between the piths. So what are my options here? Beautiful piece of koa. I could do a bowl. If I did a bowl, I could capture something like this and have the crotch character in it. But I had a problem. This one end was all checked and cracked and had dried out, and it was significantly deteriorated. So part of this has to be wasted. So rather than a bowl, a shallow bowl, or shallow hollow form with this axis, I decided to make the shape of my down into here. Okay. So what I did is I made my chainsaw cut here and here to get the essence of that crotch in the top part and have a natural edge where the crotch was. So the natural edge would be in here. Not drawn very well here. Okay, natural edge would be in here where the middle of those two branches come together. I've started to orient this and rough it out here between centers, as I always do. And I had to drill a Forstner bit hole here because of this character of the natural edge at the center there, where these two branches separated, was a real angled surface, and that angled surface wouldn't allow me to put a drive center on there, so I drilled a Forstner bit hole in there to help me put it between centers, and started to rough it out a little bit. So you can see the top of the shape of my natural edge, and my largest diameter is going to be down here. And so we're just starting to rough it out a bit. Okay, I'm trying to establish this top shape of where the natural edge is, and I'm taking this down slowly. Now I'm trying to taper this down a little bit to make a little bit of a neck. I'm revealing the crotch character here. It's going to be really cool. And The natural edge is starting to reveal itself. I'm round here where it's going to be my largest diameter, and we're going to take it down into a neck a little bit here. Now, while in between centers, I'm finding the place where the chainsaw's gone and the bark's gone here where the largest diameter is, and I've got my natural edge developed pretty close. Still roughed out at this stage, but I'm getting things down where I know this is the axis. Now I'm going to prepare for my faceplate and clean up the tailstock end to reverse it, and then I'll do everything, the inside and outside, all on the same axis. Now I've cleaned up the neck and up where the natural edge is, and got it to the point where I'm going to hollow out this first section before I get down here and finish any of the bottom. I want this for support. Got another little branch that came through here that's all rotten. That's going to fall out of there, make another little void here. More character, loving it. And watch the laser when it drops off, even though it's flickering because of the intermittent cuts. It's going to drop off. Clean up the tool marks. Stop. 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 Okay, we're seeing two lasers there from that above view. The laser shining on top and the laser shining inside on the inside surface there. So what we're going to do is watch the top laser. Now I've got the top half shaped on the outside. I've got it hollowed on the inside, and need to finish this outside shape. Got to bring this down here, something like this, down into a small foot, and finish the outside down to where it's going to sit on the table. Gonna refine this line with a shear scrape, so my handle's way down, taking very, very delicate cuts. I use Cindy's light little magnet on my tool rest and a straight edge to evaluate the curved line of the outside of the vessel. A curved line is always going to be more pleasing than a straight line or a flat. So the ruler is going to help me, and the light will help me refine that line, taking little tiny angel hair shavings, just sneaking up on that surface very, very gently, and see the light shining underneath there. You can see where the high spot is. And then we're going to just delicately start just a little bit in front of the high spot, take it through the high spot, and make the high spot go away. Very gently and deliberate. I spend a lot of time refining this outside shape. The shear scrape is going to clean up the tool marks and make it clean so I don't have to sand. Okay, now I've got this outside done and the inside hollowed. It's got some nice character with some wormholes in here and the crotch, so it's going to be a pretty special piece. I need to sand this, but it's still wet, so I'm going to do a little undercut here just to let the air underneath here to let this dry out a little bit. I've got this probably about 3/16 wall thickness in the bottom. Using my laser, I could measure the depth of my bottom. And now, so I'm just going to not part it off yet because I need to sand it, but I want to prepare to sand it by taking some of this wood underneath away. Now I need to let it dry out, and it'll dry out underneath there a little bit so that this surface will dry out to be sandable. So I'll come back in a few hours or maybe overnight after this has a chance to dry, see how wet it is. But you can see the crotch character here coming all the way down, the wormhole figure, a branch, lots of character. Loving this piece. The fruitwood heartwood contrast, a little bit of white around the bark area. Really cool. And a natural edge. Okay, we got her all done and polished up. Turned out really nice. The color and character of the crotch became really special. See it in the top. All right. Again, check my website for IRDs, and we will see you next time.